Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Mile High Stocks. In today's video, we will be discussing my top stock picks for February 28th, 2021 and early next week. I hope everyone had a great February. We're finally getting into hopefully spring weather here soon now that we're heading into March. And I hope everyone had a profitable month last month. But before we get started, please go hit the subscribe and like buttons and be sure to turn on notifications. The first stock I'm going to be talking about today is Ctrm. The company's name is Ctrm Maritime. There is news out that there could be a potential short squeeze, the same thing that happened to GameStop and AMC Entertainment, which could drive the stock up 3, maybe 4 times its current price. The first thing I want to show you is from MarketWatch.com. This is an article that came out on Friday saying, short squeeze incoming, Ctrm Maritime CTRM. So what does Ctrm Maritime do? All due diligence should start with what the company is about. How will you know it is a good investment if you have no idea about the future of your investment? Ctrm Maritime is a bulk dry goods company and logistics company founded in 2016 and is based out of Cyprus. Ctrm primarily ships bulk commodities such as grains, coal, and other minerals, and ships to ports all over the world. It began trading on the NASDAQ in 2019 and has seen its market cap grow to over $560 million. We love to see management that is dedicated to the company, and the founder of Ctrm Maritime, Petros, I apologize, I can't pronounce his last name, is still the CEO and CFO today. The other members of the board of directors have extensive work experience in Greek business and the marine shipping industry, so the executive team provides a strong foundation for the future direction of Ctrm Maritime. Why are we excited? Where do we start? Ctrm Maritime was already profitable from 2017 to 2019. So they have extremely good fundamentals and are a very profitable company since they decided to go public on the NASDAQ, which is rare for such a new company. We repeat, it is already profitable. We cannot stress how important that is, especially when moving forward into the future. Revenues and net income fell in 2020 as the COVID-19 pandemic wreaked havoc on global trade and shipping industry. That isn't a surprise, and in fact, we should have expected it. Revenues still increased year over year from 2019 to 2020, with its fiscal Q4 earnings report still to come. Ctrm Maritime has already grown its revenues by 35% in the first 3 quarters. Ctrm Maritime has had a busy first 2 months of 2021 and has acquired several new vessels on the second-hand market to bulk up its fleet. So it is adding assets to its shipping fleet. Ctrm ended 2020 with 6 vessels and has since doubled their fleet to 12 ships with an aggregate capacity of 1.1 million DWT, which is pennyweight. Ctrm's total new fleet includes 1 capsize, can't pronounce that, I apologize, 6 Panamax dry bulk vessels, and 2 Aframax tankers. Again, that's about the extent of the news in itself. So the reason I am bullish on Ctrm Maritime is you have a very profitable company over the past 2 years since it went public. You have 35% growth based on revenue, and they just added new assets or shipping or new ships to their fleet in 2021, where they just doubled their current fleet. Now I want to go over the daily chart with you for CTRM. This is the daily chart for CTRM. As you can see, about 2 weeks ago, we had a major pop, and it has since pulled back because of the market correction. I am waiting to see how the market correction goes on Monday, and if these cheaper stocks tend to go on their own and move back up, or tend to move in the same direction as the overall stock market and S&P 500. If this stock does decide to drop on Monday, I'm looking at critical support off this ascending trend line. So ideally, the best entry you could hope for is around 80 cents if it does drop on Monday. And if it decides to go up, we're looking at major resistance points at $1.95, $2.60, and then $4.22. If it can break each of these resistance levels, then you have a clear move up to the next resistance level and so on. This stock, if it does decide to get squeezed out based off the news, could see a move all the way up to $4, $5, maybe even $7 or $8 based off these resistance levels. But right now, because we're currently in a market correction, I am just focusing on whether or not this will move towards the ascending trend line or move away or move towards the resistance point on Monday. The next stock we are going to go over is AR. This is the daily chart for AR, Antero Resources Corporation. You can see that up here at the top of the screen. Now, on this daily chart, we have two ascending trend lines. We have a little bit more of a gradual ascending trend line, but within the past several months, since early December, we have had a clear strike or shot up from $4.50 all the way to $10, and that has created a second ascending trend line. I am not as bullish on this stock yet. I really want to see how it plays out next week and if it can hold this trend line. Because of the current market direction, there is a very real probability that that AR will break this ascending trend line and make a move back down to the more gradual ascending trend line. And if it does break, I'm going to wait for an entry point down around $5.50 or $6. The third stock I am looking at is AMRN, which is Amrn Corporation PLC. It's on the NASDAQ. I am looking at this stock because you have critical support at $3.95. You also have an ascending trend line. So currently, since its all-time lows at $3.36, which can be displayed by this line right here, you have an ascending trend line where it has bounced once, twice, 3 times. It is currently making its way back towards that trend line. So I am looking for an entry around really under $6.50, but closer to $6. With a stop loss set below the trend line, and if I do get stopped out, I can always get back in at the critical support levels. But right now I'm watching this ascending support line, ascending trend line, and to see if it bounces off this line on either Monday or Tuesday. We also have news on AMRN from Yahoo Finance. Amrn Q4 earnings and revenues top, Vascepa sales solid. AMRN reported fourth quarter 2020 adjusted earnings of 4 cents, excluding stock-based compensation, per American Depositary Share. The Zacks consensus estimate was pegged at break-even. Revenues, primarily from its cardiovascular drug Vascepa, were up almost 16.7%, with approximately $167.3 million in revenue this quarter, beating the estimate of $163 million. Shares of Amrn were down 4.8% on February 25th, despite the strong results. The stock has declined 57% over the past year, and the industry's against the industry's 11.6% increase. So even though the stock is down 57%, that means we are hitting critical lows and hitting critical support lines. As I said, we have an ascending trend line, and because of those strong Q4 earnings, when the market decides to end its correction and go back up, I think Amrn will continue to go back up with it. I do believe that the past 2 weeks, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, Amrn has been going down. One, because it made it had a giant shot up from $5 all the way up to $9.50, but also because we're currently in a market correction. Thank you for watching my video. Please be sure to hit the subscribe and like button and turn on notifications if you have not done so already. I will be posting another video tomorrow to go over how the market performed for the beginning of the week and how long I think the market correction will last.